the water rose and took him away. I'll see you guys later. We got
You on the rebound. Don't forget to mute.
Okay.
I got hit by a tsunami. See ya.
It's a great day. President Joyce Montgomery. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed a truly restful and meaningful holiday, celebrating with friends and family, and taking a moment to appreciate all the wonderful things in our lives. We had a successful Adult Care Center Thanksgiving meal on November the 21st. 11 Kiwanis and one spouse served lunch, and Don Chichester was there to bless the food, which was so nice. All right, it's that time of year. We are starting the collection for our annual staff appreciation gifts. So we will be passing the coffee can around today and next week. Our call to introspection and our Pledge of Allegiance will be by Milton Hardy.
Every time she's at the mic, I gotta move it on up. Afternoon, everybody. Y'all know good when I'm gonna ask you again. Afternoon, everybody. Talk to me. That's right. Thank you. Somebody make some noise. Something. All right, stop. All right. So for today, I didn't get all deep like I've been doing, but I do have something different for you guys today. It's called the 12 Days of Kiwanis Christmas, since we're getting ready for that anyway. So I'm not going to sing it because it's too much. I just ate all that steak and it was full. On the first day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me a heart that serves the whole community. On the second day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me 2 smiling kids and a heart that serves the whole community. On the third day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me 3 caring hands, 2 smiling kids, and a heart that serves the whole community. On the fourth day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me 4 Christmas drives, 3 caring hands, 2 smiling kids, and a heart that serves the whole community. Now, y'all got to help me with this one when I say it. So I'm going to say it the first time for free. Second time, you better say it. On the 5th day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me 5 golden goals. Somebody caught it. You can say it whatever you sing it, say it, whatever you want to do. 4 Christmas drives, 3 caring hands, 2 smiling kids, and a heart that serves the whole community. On the 6th day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me 6 meals for families. Nice, ain't it? 4 Christmas drives, 3 caring hands, 2 smiling kids, and a heart that serves the whole community. On the 7th day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me 7 books for reading, 6 meals for families. Y'all sound amazing. 4 Christmas drives, 3 caring hands, 2 smiling kids, and a heart that serves the whole community. On the 8th day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me 8 leaders leading, 7 books for reading, 6 meals for families. Y'all sound like my church now. 4 Christmas drives, 3 caring hands, 2 smiling kids, and a heart that serves the whole community. On the 9th day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me 9 coats for children, 8 leaders leading, 7 books for reading, 6 meals for families. You better sing it, Sherry. 4 Christmas drives, 3 caring hands, 2 smiling kids, and a heart that serves the whole community. On the 10th day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me 10 smiles of shining. Shining, that's a word. 9 coats for children, 8 leaders leading, 7 books for reading, 6 meals for families. 4 Christmas drives, 3 caring hands, 2 smiling kids, and a heart that serves the whole community. It's a lot to say. On the 11th day of Christmas, Kiwanis gave to me 11 angels helping, 10 smiles are shining, 9 coats for children, 8 leaders leading, 7 books for reading, 6 meals for families. President said it with her eyebrows. 4 Christmas tries, 3 caring hands, 2 smiling kids, and a heart that serves the whole community. We're getting to the end of this. On the 12th day of Christmas, all that talking and breathing, Kiwanis gave to me 12 hearts united, 11 angels helping, 10 smiles are shining, 9 coats for children, 8 leaders leading, 7 books for reading, 6 meals for families, 5. I'm saying that really good. Do it again. I'm watching every last one of you. Okay. 4 Christmas drives, 3 caring hands, 2 smiling kids, and a heart that serves the whole community. Let's say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Milton. I'd like to call Tom Banford up to introduce our guest. Oh, we're still filling out the sheet.
We had a guest that showed up at the very last minute, and they're welcome just as the others. I'm Tom. I'm sure glad to be here today. And our guests today, if you would please stand when I mispronounce your name, and then I'll say the name of your sponsor, and they may stand too. Our guest today, Michael Williams. He is from Ascend Financial Strategies, LLC, the guest of Chris Rouse. Sophia Barranco from Ascend Financial Strategies, LLC, also a guest of Chris Rouse. Montana Kimry, Ronald McDonald House. We're sure glad to see you today. And her, Joe Lemmer, David Poff from Emmanuel Wesleyan is a guest of John Montgomery. Lisa Spencer from Local Colors, guest of Lois James. Melissa Hammond from North Cross School, guest of Guy Bird. Calvin Stewart from North Cross, guest of Pegram Johnson. And Mary Beth Mills from looks like Restoration Nursing. Housing. Thank you. And Pegram always complains about people's printing.
Welcome, guest. Glad you're here. Now I'd like to call Randy Myers for our grants. And we have 4 grants today. So if you could be kind of short, tell us how you're going to use your money. That would be great. Thank you.
Thank you, President Joyce. If all the grant recipients and their sponsors would come forward, we've got quite a crowd here. Better. Hey, David. The first one is going to be for Emmanuel Wesleyan, and the sponsor for that group is John Montgomery.
Thank you, Randy. I'm going to try to follow the instructions to keep it brief. So let me just say that we found Emmanuel Wesleyan through past president Sherry Dillon, who was a longtime member of the club, and we're sad that she's no longer a member of the club, but brought us to Emmanuel Wesleyan. And the representative of the church today is David Poff, who is the assistant treasurer of the church, and is going to tell us how the money is used with a program through Preston Park Elementary. Dave?
I'm a man of few words, so here we go. Thank you all for the generous grant towards our snack pack ministry. We are honored that the Kiwanis Club of Roanoke has chosen to partner with us again in supporting Preston Park Elementary. Emmanuel Wesleyan Church has been supplying snack packs to the at-risk children of Preston Park for the past couple of decades. The goal of this ministry is to provide food for children that do not have access to food while they are away from school. On a school day, the schools provide breakfast and lunch, and that is often the only nourishment these children know. These snack packs, which are handed out on the last day of each school week, aim to bridge the weekends and keep these children fed. These snack packs help to feed 120 children throughout the school year. With your grant, we'll be able to purchase extra food to fill these bags over long breaks like spring break and at the end of the school year. Thank you again so much for helping us to love and support these children and their families.
Where's your check? And I think you're going to get your picture filled on.
Thank you.
All right. Next, we're going to have up local colors, and Lois James will bring up the representative.
Good morning. I'm actually standing in for Joyce Waugh, who was the sponsor for this, but just here to welcome Lisa Preston to tell us what local colors will use the grant for.
Thank you, Lois. That's Lisa Spencer, Executive Director of Local Colors. Thank you. But there's another name I bet a lot of people in this room know is Pearl Fu. And in 1991, she had the vision to carry on what started as a small festival that featured many different cultures from around the world. At the time, it was 4. And since that very small beginning in 1991, it grew into this big festival that happens every third Saturday of May that brings in many different cultures for a procession of nations, vendors, food from many different countries, and performances of dance, music, and performing arts. If you have not been to the festival, May 16th, 2026. So what she started evolved into a nonprofit organization. And since my tenure, we've expanded our programming. We've probably seen more and more of our events. But the Local Colors Festival continues to be our shining jewel. It's what we're best known for. And so I'm very grateful to the Kiwanis Club and Joyce Ross sponsorship in support of the Local Colors Festival. And with this funding, it will support the cost primarily for advertising, because the more we can let other people know about the festival, the more we can reach the various ethnic communities, and even outside of Roanoke, to draw people in to Roanoke to celebrate their cultures and invite others to experience different cultures from around the world. So thank you once again, Kiwanis Club, for your generosity and support of the Local Colors Festival.
Okay, great. Thank you, Lisa. Next, we have the Ronald McDonald House, and Joe Leamer is going to introduce our guest.
Kiwanis has had an association with Ronald McDonald House for a number of years. It was suspended during COVID, but it's been back and forth for the last few years. And I'd like to welcome Montana Kimmery to explain what they do with the money. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Again, my name is Montana Kimmery. I'm with the Ronald McDonald House Charities. It hasn't been very long that I was up here presenting and receiving the previous grant. So I just want to take a minute to thank Joe for spearheading all of this, and thank you to Kiwanis for all your continued support throughout the years. We couldn't do what we do without you and members in the community that, uplift and hold our mission true. What we do is we support families that are battling pediatric illness and keeping those families together while those kids are getting the vital medical treatment that they need. This grant specifically goes to fund our Hearts to Go program, and that is a program where we have volunteers come in and bag and create lunches, and we take them over to our family room and serve them out of our family room. So families that are spending all day over at the hospital don't have to eat out of vending machines. They don't have to spend money on eating in the hospital cafeteria. They can go down to our family room, get a nutritious meal, absolutely at no cost to them. So, again, thank you for what you do, and this grant is going to definitely. $750, I believe, meals to families. So that is absolutely incredible, and you should be very proud of yourself. So thank you for your continued support. And that's all. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You're welcome.
Thank you, guys. All right. Next, we have Restoration Housing. Rupert is the sponsor for that group. He wasn't able to make it today, so John is going to introduce our guest.
Thank you, Randy. As Randy explained, Rupert is the sponsor of this grant. Is he on Zoom today, Alex? I better get the facts right, or there'll be an email in my box in about 8 minutes. I'm going to save most of the remarks for our recipient. It's Mary Beth Mills, the advance manager with our deserving charity Restoration Housing, who's involved in helping community development in low to moderate neighborhoods. Please come.
Thank you. So for those that aren't familiar with Restoration Housing, we are an affordable housing developer that does that through the restoration and stewardship of heavily blighted historic properties. Our current project and the one that this grant is going towards is called Trinity Commons. It's the adaptive reuse of the annex building at the former Trinity United Methodist Church, and it will become 15 units of affordable housing for seniors. Seniors are the fastest growing homeless population across the country. And folks coming into this will either be coming out of homelessness or they will be coming from very unstable housing situations. So this grant is it's called the Welcome Home Basket, and we're envisioning a laundry basket filled with all sorts of daily essentials and things to keep their space tidy and how they like it. Like I said, these folks will probably be coming from situations where they're not bringing very much with them. So to have that kind of starter pack already available to them coming into their new home, I think will be much appreciated. So thank you all so much. Thank you to Rupert who's watching. And we really appreciate your support.
Check, and I think we're going to get your picture taken.
Thank you.
John was wanting to make sure where the jar was. It's right here. So it's moving. All right. Thank you, Randy. Announcements. Mike O'Brockta. Oh, Mike O'Brockta, you were right there. Mike O'Brockta, would you like to make your announcement?
Thank you, President Joyce. I have two announcements today. The first is about business outreach and corporate membership. Our club is launching a series of activities this year focused on that important part of our membership. We've got several volunteers lined up to help with that, and we've got room for one or two more volunteers. So if you've got an interest in helping our club move the business outreach and corporate membership ball forward, come see me and I'll be happy to talk to you about it. The other is about the dogs. I want each of you to look on your table and hold up the sign-up sheet for the dogs. That's right. Come on. It's the one that says dogs on it. That's a clue. As much fun as it is for me to talk to you about that fun event, it'd be even more fun if you showed up. All the information is on the sign-up sheet. In early January, we've got box seats reserved right on the ice to enjoy a dog's hockey game. Read the sheet for follow-up information. Hope to see you there. Thank you, President Joyce.
Thank you, Mike. Sherry, would you like to make an announcement?
Hello, Sherry Hartman here. Thank you, President Joyce. And thanks to everyone who attended our Nature Park Committee meeting on Monday. It was a great, robust meeting. And one of the most exciting parts of our work in the environmental space is our partnerships. And what happened on Monday is we had the master gardeners show up. We had the community engagement team from the city show up. We had Ian Shaw from Stormwater Management there. And this week, tonight, we have an opportunity because of a partnership we have with Roanoke College. The senior class has adopted our nature park. You can go back to college with them this evening. They're going to present their findings on studying our nature park. So it should be really fun. You'll get to connect with these college students at 6 o'clock at Heights Community Church this evening. That's the one that's at the corner of Memorial and Grandin. Just come in the back door off the parking lot. It's in the location where the Clean Valley Council's office is because it's being sponsored by Clean Valley Council, another key partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. Also, Steve English has a scholarship committee Zoom tomorrow at 9:30. So if you're on the scholarship committee, there's a Zoom tomorrow at 9:30. Also, officers meet tomorrow at 10:30 at Raleigh Court Presbyterian Church. And the board meeting is Monday at 12:15 at the Water Authority. And everybody's invited if you'd like to come. But let John know if you are. Coming activities. Would Ken, Sherry, Andre, and Lois sort of come up and let us know about the upcoming activities?
Good afternoon, fellow Kiwanians. We're 2 days away from starting our Kiwanis bell ringing for the Salvation Army. We'll be down here on Friday night, the next 3 Friday nights in the beautiful Dickens of a Christmas. Should be a form on your table that shows the schedule. If you look at it, you can see we need a couple of more volunteers to ring with Bill Bespich and John Pendleton starting at 5 o'clock on Friday. And we need 3 more to ring with Reef Kessler starting at 7 o'clock. If you're interested, let me or my co-chair Mike Bell know. It's always a fun evening. It seems like a lot of our folks who've done it do it year after year, and we're anxious to get some of our younger and newer members out there with us. Final comment, we are so blessed to have Commanding Officer Antonio Hodges is one of our newer members of our club. Antonio supports us so well, and we know that Salvation Army does the most good with the money that we raise. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Lois here with one of my favorite events that we do every year. And I'm wearing my Santa hat because it is our Christmas party that we do with West End Center with the kids. So this year we have 43 children Yay! I'm so excited. We already have the Santa letters from them, so we are ready to go. So we're going shopping on Saturday, the 13th, 7:30 at Clearbrook Walmart if you want to join us. And don't be late because once the key clubs get there and get their shopping lists, they're off. And so we're shopping on Saturday the 13th, but then we're going to wrap on Tuesday starting at 5:30, right? 5:30 at Raleigh Court Presbyterian. So if you want to help with wrapping, that's always a lot of fun too. Bring your own scissors. We've got a lot, but we've got lots of wrapping paper. And then our party is on the 17th right here. And we have Santa Claus coming. We have music with Gary Dirk and his buddies coming back again. So it's a lot of fun. And on your table, we are asking if you, such generous folks in this club, for to be able to donate for that. I have always had a goal of at least $75 per child, and we've been able to do that. So I'm hoping we can do that again this year. So if you have any questions, let me know. But sign up, come out, help us shop, help us wrap, and have fun on the 17th. Thanks.
I'm Andre Brooks with the Fun Committee, and I'm here to talk about fun. It's the holidays, and we have a party planned. Sign up sheets on your table. Tuesday night is popular, so we're going to have the party from 6 to 9, December 9th, this Tuesday. There is a change of location. There's a problem at the Towns at Hidden Valley Community Room, and we're not able to use that facility. So my husband and I are inviting you to our house for the Christmas party. The cost is $18 per person. We're still going to have a great time. Amy's still going to cater, and I think we can find a place to dance. I hope so. But please sign up today so Amy knows how many people to prepare for. And I will be emailing you the address and directions. Looking forward to celebrating the holiday with you on Tuesday.
Okay, we have time for brag butts. For $2.30, you can talk about anything you would like. So, do we have any braggers today? Brag what? Oh, Guy Bird. We do have a bragger, and maybe two.
Thank you, Joyce. I'm Guy Bird, and she's already explained that the Thanksgiving meal at the Adult Care Center went off very, very successfully. I want to thank everybody who could come and help us do that. And especially wanted to call a brag on Ken Briggs and Reeve Kessler because they got Don Chichester there and helped him get around. When it came time for the meal to start, my microphone wasn't working. And so Don, in his booming voice, went ahead and gave a very fine blessing. So I just want y'all to know that. Thanks to Ken and Reeve.
Hello, my name is Jeff Vick. I'm going to have to charge my brag bucks. Put me down. We'll talk later. It doesn't take cards. I don't know why. It's e-economy and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm here to present a brag on you because you've indicated to me that you're interested in getting out there in light of President Joyce's action agenda for this next year. And on your table, you will see a sheet to sign up for an opportunity to work at the Habitat for Humanity Restore between 9 and 2 on the 10th of January. I will be back with these sign-up sheets in subsequent weeks to give you a chance to check your schedules, but it's inside, it's stocking shelves and doing things like that. It's a great way to reestablish contact and provide some visibility in the community.
Jeff, I'm not sure that you need to pay for a brag on a club project, but Ken Riggs just paid it for us.
Oh, Ken, as my sponsor, thank you very much. Anyway, check out the sign up sheet on your table, and thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I'm Lee Osborne, and I am here as president of the Kiwanis Foundation of Roanoke to brag on you for all the support that you have given and this past year, and all the support that you're going to give. You should be getting a letter from me in the next week to 10 days that will tell you about our end of the year, beginning of the year campaign. Our fiscal year starts November 1st. Our anniversary of the club is January 28th. And so we run a campaign during this period of time to build up our foundation. We have an annual goal of getting 25,000 in contributions. Last year, we got a little over 29,000. So we met our goal. Sorry. And look forward to doing it again this coming year. There will be a drawing for some raffle drawing for some prizes. Anyone who wants to contribute a prize, we would love to receive that as well, so we can share it with the club. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jean Bolendorf, and I just wanted to brag on my oldest nephew. He is the first grandchild to take the serious plunge into adulthood by getting engaged to his girlfriend over Thanksgiving. So we're very proud of Henry, and it was a total surprise to everyone. If you want to see pictures, I have them.
Hey everyone, I'm Jill Sluss with Family Service of Roanoke Valley, again to brag on you all because together we raised $600 for a public guardianship program for holiday gifts for this season. So everyone will be taken care of once again this year. We cannot thank you all enough. It's amazing.
Thank you, braggers. All right, now it's time for our program, and I will call Reef Kessler up to introduce our speaker.
Thank you, President Joyce. One would have had to be living under a rock, a pretty large rock, to not be aware of the challenges facing elementary and secondary education in the country these days. I mean, in addition to the usual hard job of teaching, and I have tremendous respect for teachers, there are pandemic issues still unresolved, issues of pandemic limiting hard learning, as well as presenting problems with respect to socialization skills. There are the old technology problems now, the old technology problems of computers and cell phones, and the new technology problem of artificial intelligence and how it is to be integrated into schools. Most of you are aware of the continued decline of standardized testing results, both here in Roanoke and in a larger area. So we're really pleased today to have with us an accomplished educator to tell us something about a bit of a different approach or an alternative approach to education, and that's Armstead Lemon, who is the head of school at North Cross. Armstead actually graduated from North Cross, and I learned at the table over here today that during her time at North Cross, not only was she a member of the Key Club there, but she also was a volunteer at the West End Center. After graduating from North Cross, she received a BA in English at Washington and Lee. Now, this next sentence is hard for me to say. I am an ardent Duke fan, reveling in the fact that the Duke football team will be playing the lowly Virginia Cavaliers in the ACC football championship on Saturday. And I'm still celebrating the Blue Devils basketball team in their ninth consecutive win to open the season last night over Florida. So, $5 right there, two blinds. One for the football team, and two for the football team, and two for the basketball team, and $1 bonus. So, I'm going to try this. After she graduated from Washington and Lee, she received a master's
degree in English from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Now, I've gotten beyond that. Armstead has been spent some time there then in Nashville at the greatly respected Harper Hall, learning more about education, and returned a few years ago to the Roanoke Valley, where she now serves, like I said, as the head of school at North Cross. Please welcome Armstead Lemon as our speaker today.
Reeve, thank you for that kind and fun introduction. I appreciate some good rivalry. I like Duke too. JJ Reddick's from Roanoke. You got to like Duke, right? Um, it is so great to be here and to be part of your meeting so I could hear about your mission and the work that you do. And I did remember back to my days tutoring, and I'm sure that was part of Kiwanis if I was with the Key Club. Um, but your mission is so inspiring and the work you do is so inspiring. And I hope that what I share today, you'll see some dovetailing because my leadership at North Cross, I think of it as servant leadership. I love this area so much. I loved growing up here and I loved North Cross. And so to be able to come back 30 years later and serve as head of school is a tremendous honor. And it's a way that I can give back to a city and a school that gave so much to me. So I'm really honored to talk about what's happening on the corner of 419 and Colonial. A lot is happening, but I want to start. With my story because it is unusual that I'm back at the school that I attended for high school. So that's me on the left with Sarah McGee. She was my math teacher and the student government sponsor, and we were planning an event. And then on the right, that was graduation last year, and our valedictorian, Hunter Basile, is giving his speech. But I graduated from North Cross in 1995, and when I came as a ninth grader, everything changed for me. It was a transformative experience. I had been in public school in Roanoke, great schools, and had great experience. But my eighth grade year, I started to fall behind in math. We had a big class of almost 30 students, and it was hard getting through the homework. And I remember somehow saying to my parents, could we look at a different learning environment? However, an eighth grader could say that. And so we looked at North Cross, and that is really the beginning of where I am today. And the things that I learned in high school there are still true of the school. I'm so proud of that. I learned to work really hard. It is a rigorous academic program at North Cross, and the bar is high. And teachers and coaches had really high expectations for us, and they still do. I learned about the honor code. North Cross has an honor code that we teach our students as early as 3 years old, and we expect everyone to abide by it. And I loved that. And I'll talk more about it in a minute, but the honor code really became my true north and remains so. It was a place that sparked intellectual curiosity for me. I had great teachers, and it was the beginning of being a lifelong learner and really leaning into curiosity. It's a small school. You can't hide at North Cross. You're going to get called on. You're going to be asked to lead, and leadership opportunities are everywhere because there are only 200 students currently in our upper school. They have to do it all. They have to play on multiple sports teams, lead in student government, lead the service projects, lead the assemblies in the morning. And so it really is an education in leadership. But for me, it was an education in community. And I'll circle back to that. So I, as a native Roanoker, love looking at old pictures of Roanoke. It's one of my favorite things to do. And if you were here in the 60s and 70s, this was our campus. We started in Salem as a little school in the basement of a house in the center of Salem, and moved over to Colonial Avenue in 1961. And this is us today. So a little Technicolor there. But I love these pictures because you see different generations of students in them. And that is a hallmark of the North Cross experience. We are all on one campus, which is hard to do, actually. A lot of schools, you've got your elementary and then your middle schools across town and then your upper school. And this was true of where I was working in Nashville. It was hard to find schools that had everybody on one campus, but North Cross does. And it is, it's really part of our character. So just some general program highlights. We are this year, once again, at record enrollment at 607 students. But as part of our curriculum, we really embed honor, leadership, and also global education. And earlier, we heard about local colors, and North Cross students participate every year in local colors. We have a Spanish curriculum that starts daily at 3 years old, and all of our lower school students take Spanish daily, and then they can grow their world language choices as they get older. But we really are a global community. We have families from all over the world, and we also have an international boarding program. So we have 42 international students from 14 different countries who live around the corner downtown, and they come up to our campus for classes. And they're just the heartbeat of our upper school. If you might have noticed in the paper this fall, we won everything in terms of athletics. We are a powerhouse and have always been that way for a small school. Our students work incredibly hard at athletics, and we believe a lot of leadership lessons happen on the field and the court. And I'm just blown away by what our students can accomplish through athletics. You may or may not know about our crosswalk program, and this is really near and dear to my heart. It's a little over 10 years old. Crosswalk is a program that allows students at North Cross who have dyslexia. In every community, by the way, 10% of the population is dyslexic. So 10% of North Cross students are dyslexic. Those students in lower school, they opt out of that daily Spanish class and they walk across that green lawn and they go and work one-on-one with a teacher to get intervention in reading. And to see the transformative growth and confidence that our students who are dyslexic gain through this program, it's incredible. It's a wonderful gift. And it is, in my opinion, the best program in Virginia because we really are doing that one-on-one intervention. And I talked about our boarding program, and I'll answer questions about that at the end of my presentation. So how do we do all this work and stay focused and aim for excellence? Much like you all and your mission, we have a mission too. And ours is to inspire a community of intellectually curious learners to think critically, act with integrity, and lead with courage. And we have our mission in most of our rooms on campus. And so when we are in a meeting, we are trying to make a big decision, we're evaluating program, we always look to our mission. Does it align with our mission? It's really important for us. So I thought what I'd do is break it down and talk a little bit about different aspects of our mission and action. So inspiring community. Okay, I love this slide. This is, there's a lot going on here. But what I'm trying to show you is that because we're all on one campus, all of our students are interacting multiple times a day. So on the left-hand side, you have our seniors with their 4-year-old buddies, and they meet monthly for activities. They visit them in classes, and these are lifelong friendships, but it's an incredible mentorship program that we've had for decades. On the top right, we've got, and then a little bit in the middle, we've got our chess players. So our lower school students love to play chess, and the middle schoolers come down during lunch and teach them different moves and different rules of the game. So they're out during lunch playing chess. And on the right, bottom right, that is one of our seniors who's graduating. He serves as a mentor for seventh grade boys. So he has lunch a couple times a month with the seventh graders and talks about the challenges they're facing as seventh graders and how he navigated those. And of course, he's about to graduate. So he's a great model for them. We've talked about athletics, and I'll talk about performing arts and a few other events that we have going on all the time at North Cross. We are a very tight-knit community, and we all go to everything, and it is so fun. And so you will see, older students helping younger students take photos, cheer, make signs. It's really sweet to see and be a part of. And then our alumni community, and the top photo there, former student, now graduate, with her two sons who are students at North Cross. We welcome alumni back home to North Cross many times a year. We love our alums. We also invite, to create community, we invite speakers on a regular basis. So our students in all divisions have assemblies in the morning, and these are great opportunities to bring in people from the community. So got a couple of a panel and a speaker about AI. I've got Fralin Biomedical Research Fellows in the top right who came this fall to talk about career paths and research. And then Judge Thomas Cullen, who's a federal judge, came to talk about the importance of writing in his career and also empathy, the quality of empathy. He was fantastic. We love it when our alums come back to speak because they sat in the same seats as our students and they know what that North Cross education can mean. And so we try to get our alums back to speak as often as we can. And on the left is Allison Nort. She is a scientist with NASA and she helped build the Webb telescope. So she's talking to 4-year-olds there. And then in the center, the man who's kneeling, that's Kyle Frazier, class of 2012. He's an attorney in New York, but his claim to fame is that he won the 48th season of Survivor. And it was all due to North Cross. Well, that's what I tell people. But anyway, he was such a great speaker. And he talked about what North Cross meant to him. And he really encouraged our students to lean in every bit in terms of their education. And then on the right is Claudia Morgan, and she is in construction in Nashville. She's building the new Titan Stadium. And she came back to speak to middle schoolers this fall about how North Cross helped her on her path. And that was one of her slides. And I had to grab it. Leadership, learning, professional communication, teamwork, time management. So thinking critically is a big part of our mission. And I thought I'd start by sharing with you all that if you haven't heard, North Cross is having a moment in STEM and in particular robotics. So our middle school robotics team was new last year and they won the world championship in Arizona for wind and solar. And their first try, they won the whole thing. But we couldn't believe it. They are really, really incredibly smart and clever middle schoolers. And so they are holding their trophy. They're in the red t-shirts. But they really inspired us as educators. How can we bring more opportunities to them? And so through an alumni connection, we were able to partner with SpaceX and bring an engineer, an attorney, the woman on the right, to come speak to our students about how SpaceX is going to send people to Mars. And then we created a regional STEM challenge for students to come and participate and do different activities that connect to this Mars landing and return. And so those pictures on the bottom are students trying to complete these challenges. So that was in October. At North Cross, we believe that thinking critically means listening. It means perspective taking, and it means getting outside of your world and trying to understand others. And so travel for decades has been a part of the North Cross experience, summer travel. So I've got pictures of a group that went to a STEM trip to Iceland, Costa Rica, I think that's France. And I'm so pleased to say that one of the initiatives that I really believe in was endowing some scholarships for students to be able to travel who couldn't necessarily afford that. And so we are doing that this year, which is wonderful. We also try to embed as much experiential learning within the classroom as we can. And so we have a garden on campus and we have chickens. And the third graders are in charge of the eggs. We don't know where they go, but but you can ask the third graders. I think they go to our dining hall to some degree. Then acting with integrity. I've talked about our honor code. So in our first week of school, we have an all school assembly and we talk about honor, and we have everyone sign the honor code, and we frame the signatures and we hang them in the hallways. And we in the upper school have a student-led honor council. So those students actually hear honor cases and talk to the student in question and help them understand where they may have gone astray and what could they do differently. So it's great leadership. And then in the bottom right corner, that's actually the head of the honor council at W&L. So we invited Washington and Lee's honor council down to work with our students 2 springs ago, and that was wonderful. So service is a big part of North Cross, always has been. COVID was tough in that regard for us because we've always gotten our students out into the community, but we're doing it again, which is great. So we have students who work at Westside on Saturday mornings to run the program Turn the Page, where students can have breakfast and grab a free book. It's such a wonderful program. We're always doing blood drives. We package food for food deserts. And this, I could go on and on. It's such a significant part of our education. Every student has to do 12 and a half hours a year in the upper school in order to graduate. And then leading with courage. I love this phrase because there's so many different ways to lead with courage. It's not just about titles. It's not just about speaking up. There's so many ways you can model leadership. But I did want to talk about students on stage because we really intentionally get all of our students on stage as much as possible. And we have, in my opinion, Broadway style performing arts events. You all should come to them. They are fantastic. We have a thriving arts program. This was our fall lower school musical. We had 50 lower school students in it. And they really are exceptional. Leading with courage happens in athletics. And I think it's so interesting that research shows that most people in C-suites and leadership roles played athletics. And for women, 90% of women in C-suite roles played athletics. So we know that the lessons our students are learning on the athletic field are going to stay with them for life. We know how important teamwork, problem solving, grit, and determination can be. It was a great fall for us. We had a historic win on our left. Our girls and boys cross country teams won the state championship in Charlottesville. And on the right, our football team won as well. So lots of celebration this fall. And then lastly, a graduation requirement at North Cross is every student has to deliver a senior speech. And I had to do this. It was terrifying. But so affirming in the end. And it it's a 20-page research paper that culminates in a 15-minute speech with a PowerPoint. And and it's in front of the entire upper school. And it is really, it's one of those hallmark moments you never forget as a student. And it really does have a strong impact on your confidence as you move forward. So we're real big on public speaking at North Cross. What? Okay. How am I doing? And I've got to wrap up. So that's it. I just always, if you don't know North Cross, I just wanted to share a little bit about why we matter to Roanoke. And I hope you will get to know our students. They're pretty fantastic. I'm proud of them and grateful for this opportunity to share. Thank you.
We could probably do a couple questions.
Okay. Happy to answer questions. Yes, hi. We need to tell the story more. I know. Yes. Yes. So we do it. We are a tuition dependent school. We do not accept any federal funding, which allows us to be independent. And that is a good thing, but that means we have to raise money just like any nonprofit. And so we rely on philanthropy for financial aid. And one of the great ways that we do this is through the North Cross Foundation, which is a tax credit program. And we have, I think it's 28% of our students are on financial aid. And we tuition, the highest tuition we have is for upper school, which is 23,500, and then it goes down from there depending on the grade. But we do give significant financial aid per year. Yeah. We have no federal funding. Just remember, we got to keep the lights on. But I will say that is the barrier to entry. It's financial. People think, no, I'm not doing this. And I always encourage, come and look, tour, and talk to our admission director and apply for financial aid. I'll encourage everyone to apply. Yes. Yeah, so our students who are international, our admissions office actually travels. We do travel internationally in the fall, and we can meet students that way. And our students who want to come to the U.S., they have organizations that know about us and will connect, and we can interview. It's wonderful now with Zoom. You can do those interviews. So, and then it's word of mouth after that. Yes. Yes. So, let's see. After I graduated, long after I graduated, but I mean, I guess it's been about 15 years now. We have had a satellite school in Shanghai. And so the former head of school was an incredible entrepreneur, and he saw an opportunity where maybe our students could learn from Chinese students and vice versa. And so he helped establish a North Cross Shanghai. And it's in the heart of the city. We have about 150 upper school students in the school, and they are taught the North Cross curriculum. So they're taking APs, they take all the tests, and it's all in English. And then they apply to American universities. And we don't have as much cross-campus interaction as I wish we did. I have been 3 times to see the school, and the students are amazing. And just incredibly bright and motivated. But yes, that is still, it's still there. Yes, it's about 15 years. Not that I know of. No. You guys? Okay. Thank you all so much.
Those folks over there, yeah. Armistead had asked for her honorarium to go to Turn the Page, which we saw in your speech today that you do. I also saw that Barnes and Noble are collecting books for that.
That's probably true. Yes.
The one at Valley View is collecting books for Turn the Page. Good. So in case you didn't know that, I saw that. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, next week, our speaker is Karen Pellis from the West End Center. How appropriate. We are West End Center people. So with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.